everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome, you guys, to the Women in Bloom broadcast. I'm your host, Dr. Rashawana Smith, and I'm excited about you guys joining us this morning for this little segment. It's going to be good, so I want you guys to share and tag. Go ahead and like the video. And I want you to tag especially your friends that are entrepreneurs or they want to become an entrepreneur. They have an idea, they have something they want to give birth to, and they need to sit in on this amazing interview with my good friend and serial entrepreneur. I call her a mastermind, y'all, because she's just like this energizer bunny that just keeps going. She's not afraid to start something, in all the businesses that she has the opportunity to give birth to. She doesn't always do it at a specific time, but the opportunities that are attracted or connected to her have just been so amazing in my experience with her. So you guys want to get connected. All right. We're going to interview Dr. Alexcius. We're going to use her government name, Alexcius Branch. I call her Dr. Lexi. Today for the Bloom Experience. She's going to be a speaker on the Bloom panel on August the 26th for our posture. And I know some people are saying, well, Prophetess, the Bloom Experience is called Posture. Yes. So this particular event is a live event that we're beginning as a quarterly empowerment brunch for women that want to come into bloom and stay in bloom by connecting, collaborating, and creating good relationships, partnerships, and kingdomships. And so we are creating a hub of women that can be resources to one another and help build teams of people that can help with their area of expertise. So Dr. Lexi, as well as two other speakers, are going to be on the panel for this particular Bloom Experience. And this month, August the 26th, our theme is called Posture, how to stay in position so you can bloom. Many of us get in position and then we allow some things to move us out of position. And so when we get in position, we have to stay postured so that we can stay in the position that God has planted us in so we can bloom. And so she's going to be very pivotal. And she's going to be sharing her experience, some tips with you, and connecting with some women that need her in this season, in this arena that she's in right now for this season and this time. And so I want to welcome Michelle and Honey, and those of you that are coming in. If you guys would tell us where you're tuning in from, what city, what state you represent. And those of you that has been exposed to Dr. Lexi, you already know. You already know how she's coming, right? You already know that she has this great, vibrant personality that's hard to miss. It's hard not to be drawn to her because God has given her such a vibrant and beautiful personality, and she hasn't forgotten where she came from. That's what I love about her. She's not forgotten where she started, and I think that's what keeps her so authentic. Okay, so we want you guys to stay tuned and stay on the entire broadcast. We're not going to be on long because her Saturdays are precious and she's got some other things that she needs to do. So we want to maximize our time with her by getting as many people on as we can. So welcome, Texas. Welcome, Atlanta. Who else is in the house? So y'all tell us who's in the house. Who's in the house? Who's in the house with us this morning, this Saturday morning? I know y'all cleaning and listening to me. So you can clean and watch at the same time, or put us on audio so you can listen the entire time. Okay. All right. So we're not gonna, and Louisiana's in the house, my home state. Of course, y'all always show up big for me. Louisiana, welcome, Alicia. And I know Atlanta's in the house. And people will come on in just a second. Okay. So you guys, we want you guys to put in the chat, I'm ready to bloom, before we bring her on. I'm ready to bloom. Okay. I'm ready to bloom. And that doesn't mean you're not already in bloom. That just means you're ready for a new bloom to come upon you. There's many times we know that we are prospering in an area, but God is so faithful and he's given us so many gifts that we have to realize that God has extensions to what we're blooming in. And so the word he gave me was, just when you think something is fulfilled, I'll extend it. And so I want you guys to know, even if you are in bloom, you don't want to limit God by saying you don't want another bloom. You want another bloom. You're ready to bloom in a different area. Maybe your finances, maybe your marriages, your relationships, maybe in your ministry. you're just ready to bloom and come into full bloom in every dimension of your life. And so today we're going to talk to this woman of God, woman of business, that you do not want, listen, to not connect with. Hello, Denise, ready to bloom. Yes, we are ready to bloom. South Carolina's in the house as well. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her in, but this is what I want to tell y'all. This is speaking from the heart. She is a humanitarian. She's a visionary. Okay. She's a creative, and she's a serial entrepreneur and a mastermind. Okay. Without further ado, y'all put some hearts in the chat for my girl, Dr. Alexcius Branch. Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
We're so happy that you accepted this. We know you got something that you need to do today, but kind of tell us, Lexi, what's going on with you now? Because we know you have been around in the business world for a while. You are a doctor of what? What do you have your doctorate in?
Well, first of all, thank you, Rashawana, for having me on today. It is indeed an honor to be here, for you to take time on Saturday so the people can get to know a little bit more about me before they actually meet me in person for the Bloom experience. So I have a PhD in business administration. So people often wonder what I have my PhD in. I have a PhD in business, honey. Everything business. That is what I do. And so in order to get, I actually have what's called a DBA, a doctorate of business administration. In order to have a DBA, you must have a master's degree in business administration. So I have an MBA and a DBA. So I've been doing business for many, many years in corporate America. And so when I was in corporate America, always looking to do something more, I decided I wanted to get my doctorate of business administration. So it's been so helpful for me in my journey.
Yeah. And those of you, we don't have time because the story has not been told yet about the beginnings. And so she's going to share that at the Bloom experience. You guys want to make sure that you get there, get your seat. Listen, we went with the planning committee yesterday. The planners, they're ready. Everybody's coming together, and it's going to be a beautiful place, just a beautiful environment for women to connect. Yeah. And so, Dr. Lexi, kind of tell us, like right now, we know you're doing one specific business you just launched. So kind of tell us what you're doing now, because you've had several businesses before, and you still have several businesses. But those businesses, once you get started, you can kind of let them, move out on their own. They kind of come to you as they need to. But what's your baby right now? What business baby are you birthing right now?
Well, my baby right now is real estate. So those of you guys that know me and follow me know me as Dr. Lexi Realtor on all of the platforms. But yes, real estate is my newest venture. I started about 3.5 months ago. After I had my battle with cancer, I decided I wanted to take a shift in a new direction. And that was real estate. Real estate is my choice because real estate is the genesis of wealth creation. And so I wanted to actually do that not only for myself, but for my children, my children's children, and for other people around me. Because before I'm called to any business, I'm called to God's people. And God has called me to be a liberator and allow people to be set free from the bondage. And most of their bondage is in their mind. And the biggest gap in wealth in the United States is in home ownership. So I want to be a pivotal person to achieve closing that gap and helping our people to get into homes. There is no other asset in this world that appreciates like real estate. If you know, like Snoop says, if you don't own real estate, you don't own anything. In the 20 years, if you go back 20 or 30 years, you will see that the real estate market has always increased. It has never decreased. And so that, with that being said, I want to continue to be a teacher because those of you guys that know me, I'm a professor as well. I'm an adjunct professor. I teach MBA students. I still want to be able to teach our people about wealth creation through home ownership. So that is my baby right now. God is birthing so many different things, and my path is going to be different from other real estate agents' path, but God is doing that for me right now. I've been trained to be a luxury real estate agent, which means I know how to sell luxury homes. I'm certified by the National Association of Realtors in luxury homes. But I do want to say this, that just means that I know all of the finest things about homes. I know how to communicate with high net worth individuals. I understand how to connect with them. But I see luxury not as a price point, but as an experience. So regardless of your price point in your house, you're going to get a luxury experience with Dr. Lexi. That's what I'm doing right now.
Do y'all hear that? Oh my God. When I tell you God positioned her, and I remember when she told me she was doing this because she already had another business baby that she had birthed out, and the baby was walking on its own and talking on its own and doing its own thing.
Yes,
And then she
yes,
said
yes,
real estate, and I said, it's a no-brainer. But to
yeah.
see, I watched you, and Jacoby's on here. Hey,
Hey,
Jacoby.
hey, son.
Her son is on here. Um, I watched you not only assume that you were going to be successful because you knew it was a market that you could break into, but I saw
Mhm.
you do the work. I saw you invest in and travel, go to
Yeah,
Boston, go to different places to make sure that you were connected with the best. How important was that for you? Because I know you're a person of integrity, but tell us
yes.
about why you move like that.
Well, one of the things about me is that I believe in education because I believe that education is pivotal in your transformation. And education is not just about formal education, but it's about when you look at the root word of education is to lead out. So I always get the formal piece and then I apply my own je ne sais quoi to it. So it was important for me to understand when I went to real estate school, I wasn't like everybody else there. I was taking in that information because I knew that God had me on assignment. So when I went to real estate school, then I went to be certified as a luxury home specialist. Then I went to Harvard Business School to be certified as a advanced negotiation skill expert. Because I understand that when you're negotiating with homes, sometimes that's our biggest asset. That's one of the biggest purchases that we as people will make in our lives. It's either our home or our 401k. That's the most valuable asset that we have. And as a luxury home specialist, I'm going to be negotiating $1 million deals, $1 million deals. So I want to make sure that I had the formal training as well as, of course, God's anointing on my life in order to be able to serve my clients. I understand that when people come to me, they're looking for a solution. They're looking for a solution. They're not looking for me to not have the solution. They're looking for a solution. And as a realtor, let me tell you something. I've done so much more than sell houses. I've connected families. Right now, I'm working on a house right now where there's a probate issue and I'm having to deal with families. Listen, that anointing that God has on my life, in addition to those skills that I've learned, have been invaluable. They have been invaluable. And so with me, I'm always going to seek to get training and education to go along with, just my natural business acumen. That's important for me. Now, it looks like I don't see Rashawana right now, but let me just stay in this vein right here. So one of the things that I want to tell people that are watching that are either entrepreneurs or seek to be entrepreneurs, the one thing that allowed me to be successful early on in this experience as a realtor, because as you guys know, the real estate market is kind of stagnant right now, but I'm still closing deals. And that's because of the grind. That's one thing with me coming from Memphis, we know how to grind. And as an entrepreneur, regardless of the situation around you, because I could have easily said, well, God, why did you bring me to this situation if the market is going to be like it is? But God showed me that I have appointed you for such a time as this. And it doesn't matter what's going on with other people. I have you in the right position. I got you postured, baby, because I'm ready to bloom. I love the whole entire theme that Rashawana is doing. And so I'm excited. I know that a lot of you guys wonder where I'm from. I'm actually from Memphis, Tennessee. I've been in Atlanta now 9 years. It'll be 10 years next year. So it'll be my 9-year anniversary in November of this year that I have been in Atlanta and been an entrepreneur. One of the things that Rashawana and I were talking about was what made me know that I was set to be an entrepreneur. And you're going to love this story. I was in corporate America, making a strong six figures in corporate America. And I remember going for my annual counseling with my manager at the time. And in part of that counseling, we were told to put what we wanted our next position to be and what we wanted our ultimate position to be in the company. So I said, my next position, I want to be a director of marketing. And my final position, I want to be a vice president of the company. And I remember him looking at me and telling me that I think you might need to change this. I said, change what? He said that you want to be a vice president of a company. Do you know how big of a position that is? Are you sure that you could? I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. And I looked at him. I said, well, maybe you know something that I don't know. Maybe you know something that I don't know. But what he was saying, he was looking at this little brown skinned girl and asking me, who do you think you are to think that you're going to be a vice president of this Fortune 100 company? So if that is your goal, you need to leave from here. And I was saying to myself, say less, I got you. And probably it was so funny that probably 6 months after that, my position was eliminated at the company and I got a severance package. And I took that severance package and I started my journey as an entrepreneur. So let me tell you something. When people say no, God says yes. And oftentimes we'll be so comfortable in our position because I was making good money. I had benefits. I had a bonus package. I had all these things, travel, all of that. And then God put me in a position to really go to my next. Now, when I got the call, I never forget, I just helped the company grow market share, and $1 million in my was what I was managing. And then they let me go with the drop of a dime. They just called me in one day at 4 o'clock and said, your services are no longer needed. And at the time, I never forget, at first I was like, let me try to find another job. Let me try to find something else. But then God was positioning me for my next. He put me, my back was against the wall and I could not rely on anybody else but God. So when I tell you that oftentimes what looks like a setback is really a setup for you to go to your next.
Y'all heard how she took over. We had a power outage out here. So we're just coming back on, but you see, she just kept rolling. Listen, so I know that you've had some ups and downs, Dr. Lexi.
Yes.
I heard you because I was on my phone. You took the severance package and turned it into a business.
Ooh. Yes, I did.
You didn't eat the seed. You didn't eat the seed. You planted it.
I planted it. And you know what? It's so funny that you mentioned that. I took that severance package, and like you said, I could have ate it up. I could have got clothes and cars and different things because it was a nice severance package. It was a 6-figure severance package. And so, but I said at that time that I wanted something new. And at that time, I had to make the decision. It was a pivotal decision. Would I stay in Memphis or would I take the risk and go to a place where I didn't know anybody? Go to a place where it was only me and all I had was God, myself, and my ambition, right? And so I came here to Atlanta, and that was one of the best decisions that I made in my life. But you know what, Rashawn, it's so funny because when I was a teenager and I decided to go to the Army, it was the same thing. It was like, it was a place that I had never been before. I didn't know anything about it. And there were so many people telling me, why would you leave home? Why are you going to leave your kids? Why are you going to do this, that, and the other? But can I tell you something? You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And you also have to be comfortable not with people agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody agreed with me. Nobody could see what I see, but I realized that it wasn't for them to see. It was for me to see, for me and my children and my legacy. So I'm one that's not afraid to take risks, because without risk, there's no reward.
No reward. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I heard her say she took her ambition. That's a word right there. You have the skill, but where's your ambition? And that ambition includes grit and determination, that even if they don't see it, as Dr. Lexi said, even if they don't see it, it's not for them to see. That's why it's called vision.
Yes.
Because you're the only person that can see that vision. And it talks about in Habakkuk how we have to write it and make it plain to other people because they can't see it. So if they can't see it, that's why we have to write it down. Y'all don't get us started preaching in here. We know you can't see it. That's why I got to write it down and make it plain to you, because I can see it.
Yes.
But I got to write it down and try to explain to you what it is so you can run with it and help me. But tell us about what's happened. How did that ability for you to take your ambition, come to Atlanta, take the severance package, how has it affected your legacy, your children? Because I know your son has that decision has affected your legacy.
Absolutely. When I came to Atlanta, Jacoby came with me, not on purpose. He came to visit and he brought a bag and he never left. But when he came, he was working with me in my State Farm agency. and he was helping me, do the groundwork with the sales, and they was out putting flyers on cars and knocking on doors. They was doing everything. And but he really wanted to pursue his music. And so it got to a point where he was no longer helping me, but he was full-time pursuing his music. And I said, listen, son, I don't mean no harm. I love you. I love you and everything, but State Farm is my baby. So if you ain't gonna help me with my baby, you ain't got to leave here. You ain't got to leave this, you ain't got to leave Atlanta, but you got to leave here. And that was the best decision that I made. It was hard for me to do it. He can tell you about it himself, but he left Atlanta, went to LA, and began pursuing his music career. His life shifted. He met Nipsey Hussle and some other folks, and his whole life shifted from us moving to Atlanta, from him leaving under my protection and going on his own. And now he is doing so many wonderful things. I mean, he has a school called the School of Sauce where they teach children knowledge of self. He has a whole movement. And so, yes, coming to Atlanta and make it, that's why it's so important. When God is giving you a vision, it doesn't just affect you. When you fail to move on what God has told you, you are affecting everybody that's connected to you, that you can see and that you cannot see.
That's good.
Posture. God put me in position. He put me in position when he brought me to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And now my son is actually back. He's come full circle. He's actually back in Atlanta now.
And just to see how you employ people, I've seen her firsthand, her employees, and it was business, but it was ministry based. So not only was she able to employ people, but also able to minister to them in a kingdom way. I just loved it, because when I saw you in your ministry element, and I saw the employees make the transition from knowing this is boss to pastor, like some people can't make the transition. And I saw you make that transition because you lived kingdom, even at the business, at the office,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
it's about being consistent.
Yeah. Wow. Y'all, I'm putting in how you can connect to her. drlexirealtor.com. The number, this is her business number, so you can get in touch with her at 901-606-7966, and then on IG at Dr. Lexi Realtor. Okay. Y'all get in touch with Dr. Lexi if you feel like. So who needs to get in touch with you? Who needs to connect with you right now? Because you serve different people at different times in your life. Whether you're doing a clinic, you serve those that don't have, health care. You serve in different arenas. But right now, who needs to connect with you?
Well, first and foremost, obviously, if you are interested in home ownership, you need to connect with me. And when I say interested, even if you're not ready today, but you want to own a home in the next year, the next 2 years, I need you to get in contact with me today so that we can develop a strategic plan for you. Some of you are more ready than you think. I want you to know that right now, because some people, I don't think I'm ready. You don't know, you're not an expert. It's like going to court without a lawyer. Listen, come to me and we're going to sit down and we're going to develop a strategic plan for you to become a homeowner and to start your legacy. The next people that need to get in contact with me is if you are looking to invest. If you are looking to invest, because listen, as Snoop said, if you don't own land, you don't own anything. If you're looking to invest, you do not have to have a whole lot of money to become an investor in real estate. So if you're looking to invest, you got a 650 credit score and you are ready to become an investor, even if you don't have a whole lot of money in the bank, I need you to come and see me. The other group of people that I want to come and see me are those of you that are interested in one day becoming a real estate agent. Why? Because I'm going to tell you what it took for me to get here. Listen, I'm first called to God's people. That's first and foremost. So if you're interested in real estate, I want you to come to me. I want to connect because I want to be something that I don't have. I don't have a whole lot of people that are pouring into me and telling me what to do. I'm really fumbling and bumbling myself. But guess what? Because God called me for such a time as this, he's going to equip me to continue to prosper. Now, the other group of people, if you have a 501c3, or if you need a 501c3, I should say, if you are a nonprofit and you're looking to go to the next level because you need grants and you need funding and you need donors, but you don't have your 501c3 designation, come to me. I can help you with it. I can tell you this. I have never had an application submitted to the IRS for 501c3 that's been denied. And I've done multiple kinds. I've done churches. I've done regular nonprofit organizations. And I even did it for the healthcare clinic, which I had no idea. But this is the thing. I have a gift of administration. So any organization looking to go with 501c3, I can help you. And the last group of people is if you're lacking confidence and you're looking for a strategic plan and how to get to the next, how to overcome fear, then I still do personal coaching. So those are the people that I want to connect with me. But the people that I want to come to the Bloom experience to meet me, this is who
Yes.
I want. This is who I want. If you have always never fit in,
The
if you've
unicorn.
always stuck out like a sore thumb, if
Mhm.
you have been confused about why people treat you a certain way and you don't understand, but you know it's a call of God on your life, I want you to meet me at the Bloom experience.
Mhm.
If you know that your gifts and talents, you know that you should be in a place of significance and you're not there, you feel stuck and you want to get unstuck, I want you to meet me at the Bloom experience. That's who I want to meet me at the Bloom experience. If you want to be an entrepreneur and don't know how to get there, you don't quite know how to get there, you need somebody to show you how to get there, meet me at the Bloom experience. And if you want deliverance from whatever has been keeping you stuck, you feel like you're in a lid, you feel like you have boundaries, you feel like there are walls around you, I want you to meet us at the Bloom experience, because deliverance is going to be in the place. And it's
Yes.
not only deliverance for that time, it's forever. You're going to be, you see, this is what happens. Oftentimes people come to I don't like to call them women empowerment anymore, because you get empowered, but then on Saturday, but then on Monday, you back in the same place. See, we're going
Mhm.
to give you tools and strategies and
Right.
connect you so that you can continue on your journey.
Right. You
Yes,
know,
I'm excited.
I say this, Dr. Lexi, that the ticket, you couldn't even meet some of the people that's on the panel, you guys, without a consultation. That would be more than that. So you getting fed,
Absolutely.
you getting
Yes,
access,
all
you know,
that.
and it's only because of the favor I have with you guys. Like you, Fallon, and Dr. Val, like you guys separately would be
Mm-hmm.
more than the ticket, you know. So
Absolutely.
why wouldn't you, if you were close by? You know, we go to concerts, we go to
Yes.
um on little girl trips, we go buy stuff we don't need, you know, go on
Mm-hmm.
shopping sprees. This is something that's going to be an investment that's going to keep giving a return. And so
Yes.
I know that Jonathan's are going to be there. I see
Yes.
this on my live.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah's are going to be
Yes.
there, because Deborah's are the ones that remind you of who you are and what God said is over you, and help you walk that thing out to get to the victory. Look,
Yes,
those
absolutely.
Jonathans give you, equip you with what you need new, your new arsenal.
Your
Okay.
new arsenal. Yes.
Yes, new arsenals for the new place that God is taking you to. And then there's going to be Naomi's. There's going to be
Ooh!
Naomi's in the room. Some of you guys need to connect to women that's been there, done that, and they want to see
Yeah.
you win. When I got up this morning, Dr. Lexi, and then we're going to ask you last question when we get off, because I know you got an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream, and I told my husband, I said, the Lord just spoke to me in this dream. And it was so powerful, because as I got the revelation of the dream, I said, oh, if I have time, I'm gonna go live. I didn't have time. But I want to
Okay.
share with you guys, the revelation I got this morning. God showed me, he said, there's two type of women in the world. When they get one woman, when she gets where she wants to be, she'll wave at you from where she is. And then there's another woman that's going to invite you to come sit with her.
That
Y'all
part.
better hear me. I want to
That part.
don't
That
wave.
part.
Don't wave at me.
No. No.
Don't wave at me. If there's a seat next to you, or you can scoot over and we can share the seat. Till I want to be around people that don't just wave at me from their
Yes.
place,
Absolutely.
of purpose. Make room for me and invite me to come sit with you. And that's what
Yes.
the Bloom experience is about. Women
Yes.
inviting women into their world of expertise so we can show them what we know and connect, so God can continue to birth legacy, empowerment, victory, healing. I believe we can heal each other through our experience. When they hear your story, they're going to be like, where the book at? Where's the book? And it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
She slow down long enough.
I
But
got to see it.
But when I tell you, you guys want to be there. So those of you that's been on the fence, those of you in Atlanta, in the metropolitan area, if you're in South Carolina, Texas, there's some women flying in from Texas, women coming in from Louisiana, women coming from South Carolina, Virginia. you want to meet us, you guys, at the Bloom Experience. This particular month is called Posture. And we're going to
Yeah.
talk about the resilient woman. She shall not be moved because she knows she's coming into bloom. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to www.drrashawnasmith.com. And today, through I believe it's next week, you can use Dr. Lexi has a coupon code, $20
Yes.
off, but you have
Yes.
to use her coupon code Lexi, Lexy, capital L, lowercase
Yes.
EXY, and you're going to get $20 off of your ticket, okay, for August the 26th, Saturday, August the 26th. All right. So, in closing
Dr.
words,
Rashana,
Lexi,
hold on,
yes.
Dr. Rashana. Can you tell them, some of them just hopped on and don't really know a lot about what's going to happen. Can you kind of give them just a real high level overview of what's going to happen during the event?
Yes. So during the event, we're going to have several compartmentalized sessions in the group. I'm a coach. I'm also a prophetess, and I also work as a mentor and a midwife to several women in the marketplace and in ministry. And so we're going to start the Bloom Experience that morning at 10 o'clock with a release room, a release room experience. That's one of the mandates that God has given me to help women come into release and learn how to live in release. In other words, live in a place of healing and freedom so that you don't allow yourself to come into agreement with the bondages that have been in your former years and pull you back. And so we're going to have a release room that morning to get you clear, to get your mind open. And then I'm going to teach a master class about posture, how to remain in your posture so that you can come into bloom. After that, you guys are going to have an amazing brunch period. You'll be able to network. And then we're going to have the Bloom panel, which includes Dr. Alexi. She will be there. Uh, Dr. Val Tigner, and also
Amazing.
transformation coach Fallon Bonner. And so
Yes.
these women are going to pour and educate. We're not just going
Mhm.
to come in there speaking in tongues, and don't give you something applicable. So you're going to leave with strategies, knowledge, and access to these women so that if you need them as your coach or your midwife coming into this new year, this last quarter of the year, you'll have access to them. And so we have compiled those sessions in a 4 window period of time called the Bloom
Mhm.
Experience. So you want to
Yeah.
be there.
It's
Yeah, you want
amazing.
to
It's
be
going
there.
to be an amazing experience. And listen, you want to be in the room. Somebody
Yeah.
type in the comments, in the room. I'm
Yes.
going to be in the room. Do you understand the power of just being in some rooms? I never forget when I went to the John Maxwell training coaching. All he kept talking about was just being in the room, just being in the room. Everything that you need is going to be in the room. So you don't want to miss this opportunity. You want to go ahead and get your ticket. Use my coupon code, it's Lexi, Lexy, because this is going to be an investment that you will continue to get a return on. The best investment you can make is in yourself because you know what you're going to do. So
Mhm.
listen, it's not like anything that you've been to before. That's why I want to let you know. This is not your regular smegler women's empowerment event. We're just going to get up and cheer and coach. You're going to leave empowered with the tools to help elevate your life tomorrow and beyond. So you
Mhm.
don't want to miss it. Another thing, Dr. Sean, is I want to sponsor somebody. I
Woo.
want to sponsor somebody for the event. I don't know who's on here, been thinking about wanting to come. But I want to sponsor somebody because one of the things I was telling Dr. Rashana the other day was that a lot of young people are my followers. So if there's a young woman, you're in your 20s and you want to come and you may not be able to afford it, I want to sponsor you. I want you to reach out to me or reach out to Dr. Rashana. We're going to take care of your ticket. We want you in the room. We want you in the room because one day when I was a 16-year-old child with a baby and didn't know what I was going to do, my instructor took the time, him and his wife, to come and get me and take care of my son while I went to school because I wanted to quit. There's somebody who wants to go to the next level. You need to be in this room. You need to be in this room. And some of y'all, you don't need my sponsorship. You need to be able to step out on faith and do it for yourself. Because when you step out, then God will step in. Listen to me.
Woo. That's good. That's good.
Y'all need to get in the room. Get in the room
Yeah.
now. Get in the room.
Okay. So y'all heard her. She's sponsoring someone, and my spiritual daughter Ty Walter is sponsoring somebody too. Okay. So we got 2 tickets up for grabs for you to come to the Bloom Experience. Get in touch with
Absolutely.
us, and
Yes.
You can go to Dr. Lexi. She is on Facebook. You can go to a Branch first. Her
Yes.
last name is First Branch, Branch, and then
Yep.
Lexi. Okay, and send her an inbox, and we're gonna get that. If you're serious about coming to the Bloom Experience, and also my spiritual daughter Ty has sponsored someone to come to the Bloom Experience. So the first person that is interested, send me an inbox, and I will definitely give you that free ticket. We're going to be in vibrant array. My
Yes.
daughter's coming. We're going to wear our vibrant colors. We're going to be women in bloom. Wear your yellows, your peaches, your oranges and purples and blues, because we're going to have an amazing time. Okay. My daughter Kira's coming. Come on, Kira, coming from Dallas. Yes, come to support her mom.
Carrie, yes. In the room, in the room.
All right. So, Dr. Lexi, without further ado, we're going to let you answer this last question.
Okay.
And you can do it. You can do it twofold. Any advice? Because you dropped so many nuggets. When I tell you, there's just some things that ring in your ear that I have to adopt. You know how you hear something, you're like, that's my word right there. When you your ambition with you, oh,
that was it.
She had to take her ambition. Y'all, that's my word. I don't know if y'all received the word today, because this was like business / ministry all rolled into one. But God is a God of kingdom business anyway.
Yes, he is.
Think about it. When he gave the servants the talents, he said, when I come back, that talent better not look the same. And you better not bury it. And if you bury it, I'm going to take it from you and give it to the ones that have advanced and increased it on my investment. I gave you something, and I don't expect for it to look the same. When Jesus passed by the fig tree, he said, the same way I looked when I passed by you on last time, you look the same. Listen, I'm going to curse you. Yep. We've got to advance. We've got to increase. He wants an increase on the investment. It should not look the same.
It cannot look the same.
I'm excited. So, Dr. Lexi, tell us any advice you want to give an entrepreneur, woman that wants to be an entrepreneur or that's already an entrepreneur. She just feels like she doesn't kind of know if she's going the right way, or she just needs encouragement, because, entrepreneurs have to stay empowered. They have to stay in a coach's face.
Oh my God. Yes,
we go
absolutely.
through so many things, that's how we're going to end. What words do you live by? What words do you live by as an entrepreneur? And what advice? It may be the same answer, but what would you give as an entrepreneur? What advice?
I'm going to say this. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint at heart, because there are going to be some good days and some real good days. And there are going to be some bad days. And there are going to be some real bad days. But I want to say this. For those of you guys that are considering entrepreneurship, Dr. Rashawana said it earlier. Habakkuk says, write the vision down. Mm-hmm. Make it plain upon tables, so that when the herald comes, they can run with it. Mm-hmm. That can be an investor. That can be a coach. It can be anybody. But if you don't understand, when you begin to sit down and you begin to write things down, it does become plain. You begin to ask yourself, okay, I have this, but there's a gap here. What am I going to do about this? This is my target audience. How am I going to get to them? You need to write the vision down, and you need to make it plain. And once you do that, you need 3 C's. And this is how we're going to close. You need courage, commitment, and consistency. I need somebody to type that in the chat. Courage, commitment, and consistency. See, it takes courage to be an entrepreneur, because it's so easy to continue to do what you've been doing, the norm, what you're used to, getting that paycheck on the 1st and the 15th or every week. It takes courage to step outside of what you know. It takes courage that even though you don't see it in your bank account, you know that God told you to do it, so you're going to do it anyway. It takes courage. And it takes commitment. Commitment means that no matter what comes, hell or high water, I'm committed to this thing. I'm committed so much that I'm willing to make sacrifices. I'm committed so much that I'm willing to do things that I've never done before. I'm committed so much that I'm willing to be uncomfortable. I'm committed to this thing. It don't care what my mama say, my best friend, it doesn't matter. I'm committed to this thing. And the last one is consistency. See, this is what we have to understand. When people go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or wherever they go to purchase a product, they're not purchasing a hamburger. They're not purchasing a chicken sandwich. They are purchasing consistency because they know every time they go to McDonald's, every time they go to Chick-fil-A, this is going to be the experience that they have. You need to be consistent in whatever you're doing. Be consistent in your customer service. Be consistent in how you develop your products. Be consistent how you deliver those products. The consistency, listen, consistency is the father of transformation.
Yes, it is.
That's the advice I give. Courage, commitment, and consistency. More to come at the Bloom Experience.
Ah! Y'all, listen, I told y'all we not coming to that room is gonna be full. Somebody say full. Listen,
Full.
because you know why the room gonna be full? Because they full. I'm not bringing no empty vessels before you. Listen, I'm not bringing no empty vessels before you. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would not even have it if I thought that they were going to come empty.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to be there to keep your, let me tell y'all this. If you already on fire, listen, these women are going to put you on a blaze. Because sometimes we on fire, but we need some intensity behind us.
Yes.
Pour. Listen, when they pour, you're gonna have a fire and a blaze upon you that you didn't even know. Because what happens is when God gives clarity, that courage does come to step out. You like, Lord, I didn't know before, but now since I've been in this room, I know I need to step out and do something because time wastes on no man. It wastes on no man. So I'm gonna tell you guys, there's the website, there's the code. We have a limited amount of seats in the room. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to get your tickets. You need to get your tickets and use this coupon code while it is available. She only has 10 coupon code eligibilities. So once the 10 are used up, that's it. Okay. She has 10, and then the other speakers have their own with their own name. Okay. So Dr. Lexi only has 10. So we're interviewing her today. So you guys get your tickets in here and get ready to meet us in Marietta, Georgia at the Bloom Experience, August the 26th on a Saturday from 10 to 2. And I'm telling you, your Deborah's going to be there. Your Jonathans are going to be there, and your name is going to be there. And let me tell y'all, I'm so crazy enough to believe God. There's somebody that's going to get all three in that room.
Yeah. Yes.
Because see, we looking for people that's not in our we looking amongst our region. But sometimes your Deborah may be in a whole nother region. But because you connect to her, now you have access. So you have to realize that sometimes we have to venture outside of our region to find our Deborahs, our Naomis, and our Jonathans. Okay, because they may not be at your arm's reach, but they're going to be such a blessing. And I promise you, God has loaded me with Jonathans, Deborahs at the appointed time. He's given me everybody I needed. But guess what? I had to travel sometime, Dr. Lexi. She don't mind traveling. Look,
absolutely.
I had to travel sometime. I had to not go to brunch and lunch and save my money so I could pay my flight for my flight.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't worry about what I had on because I had to be to pay for my room. I had to make sure that I had my priorities,
my God,
in order. Because I didn't want to go on a trip just to go on a trip. Y'all listen to me. This is not going to be just a trip for you. And we're getting off of here.
Right.
This is going to be a setup for you. For your future.
Yes.
And there are things, the many places and destinations we go to, and it's just a trip. But somebody tell me, this not going to be just a trip.
No, come on now.
This not going to be a trip. This is a setup.
Come on.
You to come into your next with the people you need to connect to, because you're wondering, as Dr. Alexis said, where are those holes? I got some of it, God, but then there's some missing parts.
That's it.
And so God wants to load you with the missing parts of what you need so that you can go to your next. Y'all, we signing off. We signing off. But see, the beauty in this, we ain't gonna hype you and then don't give you the strategy.
Right. That's
anybody
facts.
that know me, I'm gonna give you what you need. Now, I may not be able to give you everything I have in that small window of time, but when you leave there, you're gonna pay for your ticket and feel like you owe me some money. Y'all don't get me started. We over deliver. Right or wrong,
Yes,
Dr.
absolutely.
We over
Yes,
deliver.
absolutely.
You're gonna
Yes,
feel like
yes,
you owe us some money when you leave the Bloom experience.
absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
that's the type of room this is. I promise
Yes,
you, you will not be
yes,
disappointed. So
God.
y'all get in here. Get in this room 20 the August the 26th this month. Y'all got 3 weeks. If you need a room block, we are going to once you register, the room block information will be sent to you for you to get 15% off your room.
That's
And
good.
you have to register first. And then from there, I will send you the link to your email. But there is a deadline for that. So we want to make sure you guys that are serious, you go ahead and get your ticket, get your plane ticket, and then we'll send you the room block information so that you can just come downstairs, eat your breakfast, and come to the Bloom experience and enjoy yourself. All right. Well,
Absolutely.
Dr. Alexa, we know you have another appointment. They have enjoyed you on here
I
today.
enjoyed everybody. Thank you for having me, Dr. Rashawana. It's such an
Oh,
honor, and I cannot wait to meet every one of you guys at the Bloom Experience. It's on the 26th, right? So
Saturday.
62 is 8. New beginning.
Woo!
This is going to be your new beginning, y'all. Listen, if you come, and I want you to put, I'm there. I'm ready for my setup. I want you to put, I'm ready for my setup. Meet us at the Bloom Experience. And listen, you haven't met Dr. Val, and you haven't met what's
Fallon, right.
the other coach? Yeah, Fallon. Oh my God, amazing. So it's listen, you got to be in the room. You got to be in the room. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm sorry.
Yes, they are gonna be here. She says, girl on fire. You look, her
Yes,
ministry, girl on fire, Transformation
girl
Collective.
on fire.
Yes, y'all, we're gonna have an amazing time, beautiful, and I believe that the beauty of it is going to be the relationships. Our
Yeah,
outward appearance is going to be the what we call the cherry on top, because the
right.
relationships you forge in those rooms are going to be the
Yeah,
beauty that God sees. He's going to
absolutely.
be he's going to be in the room, and he's going to connect you with who you need to connect with. All right, you guys, so we're going to get our sign off. We want to see you on August the 26th, Saturday from 10 to 2. It's going to be amazing time. Use that promo code Lexi, Lexy. And also,
Yeah.
I'm going to put her information up just in case you guys are coming in late before we get off. To get in touch with Dr. Lexi, follow her on Facebook and IG. You can follow her and find her on Facebook at Branch Lexi, and on IG at Dr. Lexi Realtor. And that is her phone number. Screenshot that. And also, very easy website, drlexirealtor.com. Luxury real estate. Okay.
Yes.
All right, you guys. She says, look, we in the room. We in the room. We're in the room.
We're
Yes, we're
in
going
the room.
to see you
I
guys.
can't wait to see y'all.
You
It's
that
gonna be on fire, y'all.
yes, it's going to be amazing. Well,
Yes.
Dr. Lexa, we thank you for your time. Y'all, God connected us 2 years ago through,
Yes.
guess how God connected us? In a room.
In a room. In a room.
Through someone else. I didn't know
Yes.
her, but he
Yep.
connected me because I decided to get in the room. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was out of our region. She traveled there. And then y'all get this right here. We're getting off of here. She
Yes,
lived in
that's
Atlanta.
it.
She lived in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta. But the person that created the relationship and connected us, that was a bridge, didn't live in Atlanta. But both of us
No.
traveled to another place, and she connected us, and we never would have met, and we lived in the same city.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. You better get out there before you start preaching.
I know. She knows,
But
but I
listen,
love
Rashana, Dr. Rashana, you got to tell them this though, because it's so important about the connection, right? It's so important. Tell them about what you was talking about yesterday with the connection being the new currency. Because this is why you need to be here, because you got to make the right connection. You got to
yeah,
make the connection.
yeah.
That's your resource.
You have to make the connection, because connections are the new currency of heaven.
Yes.
And I didn't know in former times. Of course, Dr. Lex has been in corporate business and in big time business more than me, longer. I've been more ministry based, but
Mhm.
she was in business in the corporate world and had her own businesses, and so she understood the power of linking up and collaborating with people. But
Mhm.
with me, I didn't really understand the power of relationship
Mhm.
until, of course, I got healed, and the Lord began to show me how he was adding to me, but the only way he was going to add to me was through my connections. Okay.
Mhm.
And just this past week, he began to minister to me about the new year, 2024. And he said, your relationships are going to be get you in rooms that your money can't.
That's your,
Your money is not long enough to get you in the room,
no.
but
Woo, Jesus.
the connections that you have in your life are going to open up doors that your money can't get you into. And
Yes.
God began to show me how he had connected and surrounded me with so many people that would not wave at me, but would actually give me a seat or allow me to sit with them. That he says, you've got to be intentional about your relationships. This is the year that you understand the power of connection like never
Yes.
before, because it is
Yes.
my new currency that I'm using to
Mm.
get you where you need to be. Okay. So the
Mm.
money will be the evidence of the
Woo,
connection,
Jesus. Yes. Yes.
that I
Yes.
understood the power of the connection and didn't feel slighted because they were somewhere that I wasn't, and they used their favor, just like the king used his favor to help Nehemiah build the city.
Yes.
Favor on top of favor. So there's favor on me, but there's more favor on Dr. Lexi and Fallon and Dr. Val. So why wouldn't you want just my favor or just your favor? You should want her
Mhm.
favor because she can get you in room
Yes.
and get you deals you can't get, right?
Absolutely.
So we've got to want more favor so that we can
Yes.
impact our legacy and help those that are coming after us. So, in a nutshell, currency is the new currency. It's a new
Yes.
currency. Yes,
Connection.
and it's tied to the 2024 prophetic word,
Mhm.
connection. It's
Connection.
all about connection. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get it by yourself. If you
No, you
decide,
came right.
yeah, if you decide you're going to be an island, you're going to move at a snail's pace. You're going to be
Yep.
a slug in the spirit, because God is not blessing one man islands. He's not doing it. He's
Yep.
calling hubs and groups of people to work together. And
Absolutely.
one can put 1,000, two can put 10,000 flights. So you're only as strong as your circle. All right,
Let's
Dr. Lexi,
go.
we love you. We don't know what color she gonna wear, but we telling her if her team comes and people come, if y'all want to wear what Lexi is, what color y'all she wears, then I don't know what color she. Child, we never know
I'm
what
I don't know. I think I'm wearing orange and pink because those are vibrant colors. So you always safe if you wear pink because my mom was gonna throw pink in there somewhere. We love pink. But
yeah.
I'm so excited. I need y'all to get in the room. Get your tickets. Don't delay. Don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and get them. Like I said, I got the person that reaches out to me. I'm gonna take care of the ticket. And I just want to meet you guys there. I really do. It's gonna be an amazing time.
Yes. All right, Dr. Lexi, we love you so much, sis. Thank you.
Thank you for having
Be careful. I know you got another deal you got to do. Thank you so much.
me.
And I will talk to
Yeah.
you soon. Oh, and
Okay.
we'll have our Bloom bag. So she will have all of her contact information in there. So you guys will get all that as well at the Bloom experience. All right. Love you, Dr. Lexi.
Okay. Love you too. Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, you guys, that is it for today. Happy Saturday. You guys, y'all got a whole coaching session. Y'all got a whole business 101 session today. Who is coming to the Bloom experience? I told you guys we did not come to play. We did not come to play. Symmetria's on. Thank you guys for joining us. We want to see the millennial women in, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. We want to see y'all here. Of course, we want every woman that wants to come to come. We're not going to focus on one particular sector, but we want to surround the millennial women up around them and put that love and that support around them, because you guys are going to be the ones that continue to blaze the trail. So we want to make sure that this is going to be a open forum for women of all ages, but we want to surround young entrepreneurs that need that encouragement, that need that courage. Listen, that need that empowerment, that need some tools. They're saying, God, I need help. I don't know where to start. I have a niche. I have an idea. You've given me something in my belly. I have a new baby that you planted on the inside of me. But guess what? I need somebody to help me push this baby out. And I'm telling you, that room is going to be filled with midwives in the Bloom experience on August the 26th. All right. I love you guys. We're signing off tomorrow. Somebody say tomorrow. We're going to have transformation coach Fallon Bonner is going to be in the building, but we're going to do the broadcast at a different time. And so you guys are going to see me uh, advertise it today. Later on today, we're going to interview a doctor. I'm saying Dr. Fallon, but you never know. That might be her next name. Fallon Bonner is going to be in the building tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern. That's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to interview her. Another firecracker, y'all, because listen, I love fire, so I don't surround myself with people that don't have none. Just so you know. Okay. I'm a firecracker and I surround myself with people that have fire on them. And so y'all get ready. Dr. Lexi started us off with a blaze, and Fallon's going to keep it going. And then we're going to have Dr. Val on Wednesday night. And so y'all look for those times. We love you guys. Have a great Saturday. And I will see you guys in the room at the Bloom Experience. Let's flourish. It's time to bloom. Bye-bye.